And we're working. Work, 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 work. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. This is a Ficus Microcarpa. This is the first time I have touched this tree in just about a year. Last time I did anything with this tree was, I just looked, it's June 8th, June 3rd, something like that. I did just look, but just about a year ago. Here we are mid-May, I think today's May 15th. And I think I've shared that I am trying to leave some of my trees alone a little while before doing much work on them. And it really is turning out quite well. You can see how well this thing is developed. Now, I got it to this point because I was hard pruning it quite a bit and kind of got it down to a good, I think ramification point. But right now this thing, I mean, surely you can see them, has huge clusters of figs. And these, as I'm just trying to show them off, they're just steadily falling off the tree. I really wanted to catch them while they are in the groups like this. Nice cluster there. Alright, so one of the trees that I have that is just this far along, or I've had about as long as this one, I have been defoliating for about a year. And I'm going to demonstrate what I'm going to do with that. I've actually, I've got the video started. I'm doing some updates on that one and everything. But this one, since I've let this one go and have not been defoliating it, what I'm going to do is go ahead and just get in here and give it a really hard prune. It's obviously got plenty of energy worked up in it. Completely remove some branches that I don't want at all. And then just cut everything back. Not necessarily back hard every branch. The branches I might want to keep, I want to leave some length on, give me something to wire in the future, but at the same time, also making sure that I do get every growing tip. So I'm going to go ahead and get on in here and get started. Alright, so that is that. Taking a little closer look at it. I see a few branches that just don't belong. Alright, and here we are back. That first part of the video was May 15th, and here we are July 2nd. You can see it is a, it's been a month and a half. Leafed out quite nicely, and then if you compare it to the very beginning of the video, how much smaller the leaves are now. And I've been meaning to, on some of these, especially some of my Ficus Microcarpa like this, like I've said before, these are all sold to me as Green Island. You can call them whatever you want to call them. When I first got them and was kind of doing the chopping, and before I ever had any wire on, I would, cut them all the way back, let them go for a while, and then cut them all the way back again. Kind of found that in the name of the YouTube channel, sometimes I wasn't giving them enough time in between those. So I have started trying to make sure I give them enough time between the chops and the not necessarily the chops, because I'm kind of done with that on this set of microcarpas. But as far as the cutting way back and doing it again, cutting way back, doing it again, I have been thinking about trying to take a few of these, and then around now, which would be after it's recovered, got some wild shoots on there and everything, is coming in and cleaning it up a little bit, rather than just letting it go for say the 6 months, year, however long I let it go, and then maybe start pruning just in terms of ramification and leaf size reduction. Before I get started here, I will say, as it started recovering, I would go underneath a lot and just rub off the tiny buds. This tree will get, like here's a few that I missed right here. Tree will get plenty of little buds coming off, under the branches. First though, I did notice one thing kept catching my eye when I was out there, and that is when I originally decided to keep this branch here, I was thinking about, there was a couple of other even lower ones. Sometimes I get ones like this that I was thinking about trying to keep. That I was thinking trying to keep to create some taper, but then I realized that would cover up this really nice trunk that it has. Some people aren't fans of the area roots. I am. And so it was covering all that up. I decided to keep this one, and then for some reason I wired this one super low and kind of left this one coming off a little more level there. And I feel like this one's kind of covering up a little bit too much. And this branch here kind of goes off to the side, and it really is just as thick as where it's coming out there. And so if I just lose that one side, I think it'll open up the trunk a little more and just kind of look a little more in place there and everything. Alright, so that's about it for the day. I kind of envision either doing the same thing again in probably maybe another month or two, or just now letting it go wild for a while and then coming back and defoliating and getting some wire on it. Kind of just depends on the time I have and how it looks as it's growing. I will continue to go ahead and just kind of rub off some of the smaller buds that I'm not going to want on there, but I'm sure at some point it'll get away from me.